Let's do a few more examples of some long division problems. I'm going to do today's problems on the grid paper just to help you see how the problems line up together. Okay, so the first problem we're going to do today is going to be, 85 divided by 5. So 85 divided by 5 is going to be the first problem that we do today. So I'm going to write my problem out in my long division box. I'm going to keep everything lined up with my tens and my ones. So here's my dividend in here, and here's my divisor out here. Okay, so I have 85 divided by 5. At this point, you might want to pause the video and go get your paper and pencil so you can work along with me as we go. Try to make it a little bit closer for us. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm always going to look at my largest place value first. And here I have 85, so my largest place value is in the tens place. And I'm going to just divide 88. I'm just going to divide 8 by 5. I'm going to kind of pretend like that ones isn't even there. And I'm going to think, well, what times 5 is going to get me closest to 8? Okay, and I'm going to think, well, 5 times 1 is 5, but 5 times 2 is 10. 10 is too many, so I have to do 5 times 1. So I'm going to put the 1 right here on top of the 8. Then I'm going to multiply 1 times 5, which is 5. Okay, my next step is I'm going to subtract to see how many I'd have left. This guy is really bouncing. There we go. 8 minus 5 is 3. So I put my 3 there. And I'm going to bring down my ones next to these are my tens that are left over. I'm going to bring down my ones. So I'm going to have 35. This is my new number. Okay, 35 is now my new number that I am dividing. I'm going to divide 35 by 5. Okay, I'm going to pick another color. 35 divided by 5. So I'm going to think, well, what times 5 is going to get me close to 35? That one's a basic fact. 5 times 7 is 35. So I'm going to put the 7 right, see where I had my arrow, where I drew in my ones place, and put my 7 right here in my ones place. 7 times 5 is 35. Then I'm going to subtract to see if I have anything left over. And I know that 35 minus 35 is 0. So I have no remainder. So up here is my quotient, 17. So 85 divided by 5 equals 17. All right, let's try an example of a problem with a remainder. So our new problem that we're going to do is going to be 97 divided by 4. 97 divided by 4. So I'm going to write that problem out. 97 is our dividend. 4 is our divisor. I'm going to write it out like this. So go ahead on your paper, write out the problem, 97 divided by 4. My first step is I'm going to look at our largest place value, which here is the tens place, and it has a 9. So I'm going to do 9 divided by 4. What times 4 is going to get me closest to 9? Well, 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. That's too many. So 4 times 2 is going to be my best, my compatible fact. So 4 times 2 is 8. So 2 times 4 is 8. I'm going to put the 8 right under the 9, and I'm going to subtract to see what I have left over. 9 minus 8 is 1. Now I'm going to go next door. I have ones, so I need to make sure we're dividing those as well. I'm going to bring my 7 down, and I have a new number to divide. My new number is 17, okay? So I'm going to be dividing 17 by 4. So I need to think to myself, well, what times 4 is going to get me close to 17? 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20, so that's too many. So now I'm going to use 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. When I subtract, I'm going to have 1 left over. 17 minus 16 is 1. I don't have any other numbers to bring down next to this one, so that's my remainder. 24, remainder 1. So 97 divided by 4 equals 24, remainder